This is the update I've been waiting for forever. The remove tool will now automatically find all of the distractions in your image, categorize them, and allow you to remove everything with a single click. Honestly, it's amazing. We got a great tutorial for you. Let's jump into Photoshop. So we're starting out with our sample image. Now we have a lot of distractions in this photograph. We have some cars, we have a light post, we have just a bunch of stuff that we would want to remove. And traditionally this would take a long time, but thankfully we have a brand new update with our remove tool. So we're gonna grab our remove tool. It's right over here under the spot healing brush tool. It's called the remove tool. You can hit J, and now we have find distractions. So this has been there for a little bit, but before we just had people and wires and cables, which are nice, but general distractions is our brand new feature. So we just click on find. This is awesome. Okay, so it's gonna find all of the distractions of your image. It analyzes using AI, your subject, the background, and basically anything that might be distracting from your subject, and then it's gonna categorize everything. So finding all of our general distractions, you can see this is almost done. We're doing this in real time. Now, how cool is this? We have our general distractions. You can select all of them, and you can select each one of these, like the drain elements, turning these off and on. You can see, like zooming into our photograph, okay, this is the drain elements that it located right over here. We have our fixtures here, like little fixtures and things like that. We have, let's go ahead and zoom in right over here. We have our vehicles. We can turn those off and on. How nice is that it actually does everything color coded as well? So you can see it's finding all of the poles in the background. It's finding some vegetation in the background that might be a little bit distracting. This visual clutter here on the ground, like literally all of this stuff it's just gonna do automatically. We're just gonna select all, because I'm like, yeah, get rid of everything for me, please. It looks good. Now here, you don't wanna hit cancel. There should be an okay box right here, but basically what you wanna do is just hit this checkbox. So once you hit this checkbox right there, then it's gonna calculate all of these distractions and it's gonna remove everything. Now, a couple features / options I do recommend using. Right here at the very top, make sure sample all layers is checked and create a new layer. Both of these I do recommend having checked. It's gonna make sure you create a new layer with your results. And this is it. Literally, I clicked on find distractions, clicked on select everything, and now it's using AI to remove everything. So we're gonna see as of right now, boom, 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 boom. Look at that, before and after. It just removed like literally everything that was distracting from our photograph. Now, the cool thing here is we still have the traditional functionality with the remove tool. So if I zoom in, I find like this little line here in the background, just a little bit distracting. So I can just use the same tool. I can just use the same remove tool, and I can just make my brush a little smaller, and I can simply paint over the area that I want to remove. So let's go ahead and paint there. I'm gonna paint there, and this line here, just make our brush a little bit larger. So we just cover this line. So this is how we've been using the remove tool for the last few years. All you have to do is paint over the areas, and then you click on this checkbox, and it's gonna remove it again. Again, keep in mind, you wanna make sure you're selecting all layers, and this option is really important to create a new layer with your remove tool edits. Both of these are important, so it's non-destructive and it creates a new layer every single time. And there we go. I mean, like, what? I can just turn both of these layers off and back on, and look how much cleaner this is. Now, we're not done yet. Honestly, there's a few more things that I would wanna do to this photograph. The first is I wanna work with my crop a little bit different. I like that my subject's kind of towards the center, but I wanna use the rule of thirds to kind of push my subject down and like really bring more attention like to my subject and have them compositionally just make a little bit more sense. So now what we're gonna do on top of the remove tool, we're gonna change our composition using Generative Expand. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and grab our crop tool. There we go, crop tool. And we're gonna click here, and on our image, we're gonna choose our overlays. I'm gonna go to the rule of thirds. Now I'm just gonna kind of click and drag down. I didn't need this information here on the left, so I'm gonna click and drag out, and I want my subject to be right here, my subject's face, to be right here at the intersection of two of our lines. So with our crop overlay, again, you have a lot of different crop overlays you can use. Rule of thirds is one of the most classic, but we want to make sure that our subject's face is in the intersection between a vertical line and a horizontal line. So it could be here, could be here, could be here, or here. But this is a really nice way to improve the crop of this image. I'm just gonna make the whole thing a little bigger, holding shift. So we just kind of make our whole photograph a little bit larger. But as you can see, once I do this, we're gonna be removing, let's go a little bit smaller there. We're gonna be removing all this information on the left because we don't really need it, but we're gonna be adding more information on the top and the right-hand side. So once all that is done, we're gonna click where it says Generative Expand. Let's go ahead and click on Generative Expand. Now we have a few options. I can actually click on my model selector here with Firefly. We're gonna choose the Fill and Expand model. This is the most recent model available. And we have a brand new feature. We love new features. Right over here, we can actually click to see our generative credits. So you can, if you're curious on what you're going to actually be using, you can click here on features and you're gonna see like Generative Expand. Now, again, this is actually based on your plan, which I love because every plan is a little bit different, but you can see Generative Expand, which we're using, Firefly Fill and Expand. I have unlimited, okay? I can do this unlimited times that I want. I do wanna mention, I have the subscription that's the all apps. So I have access to all the Adobe apps. So I get a bunch of generative credits and things like that. But when it comes to Fill and Expand, okay, Generative Expand with this model, I get unlimited. This is a brand new feature that they just released. I'm so thankful because it's been very confusing. Like, am I gonna pay for this? How much does this cost? All that stuff. Let's go ahead and close it down. So it's right here in this box. Now, when I expand this, you can choose to type something if you want. You don't need to. We can just simply click on Generate. Okay, now keep in mind, it's gonna generate all of these new pixels here completely from scratch, but the crop is just gonna be a little bit more interesting in my opinion. I like the photograph as it came, but I think this is just a little bit better of a crop in general. And now we can kind of focus in on our subject. And again, if you don't like it, you can always change your crop after the fact, which I really like. Now, what I wanna do, check this out. So we have our original photograph that's like, you know, kind of back there. We're gonna add our remove tool elements. We're gonna go ahead and turn this on, and then we're gonna add our crop. So we have a lot more information. I'm gonna crop in just a little bit. We don't need that much space on the right-hand side, if we're honest. I just wanna get a little bit closer to my subject. All right, there we go. All right, I'm holding shift. There we go. That's gonna look really good. Okay, that's gonna go right, really nice and quick. Okay, so now we're closer to our subject, which I love, but this time I wanna use Adobe Camera Raw to finish our image, okay? Because we have our original layer, then we have a bunch of remove tool stuff that we did, okay? We did a generative crop. I cropped twice because I'm indecisive, but now I wanna finish this off with Adobe Camera Raw. So how do you use Adobe Camera Raw on a bunch of different layers? Well, the first thing you need to do is basically get all of your layers together using a tool called Apply Image. So we're gonna create a new layer. Let's click on New Layer here. We're gonna go to Image and then down here to Apply Image. Now you don't have to click on any of these settings, you just click on OK. What that does is it puts everything you see visually onto its own new layer. And from here, I could use a filter like Camera Raw filter, okay? Now I'm gonna convert this to a smart object first. So we're gonna go to Filter, down to Convert for Smart Filters, which makes it a smart object that's non-destructive, meaning I can edit this at any time. So that's really cool. Next, we're gonna go to Filter and then down to Camera Raw filter. I'm so excited. This is a really good features. Now, I'm gonna go into my effects tab. We're gonna add a little bit of grain. I love doing grain, especially if you're using any type of generative expand. A little bit of grain makes it look a lot more realistic for those added pixels. So a little bit of grain goes a long way. We're also gonna go into our optics. I'm gonna add a bit of vignetting around our edges. I'm gonna move into our lens blur and I'm gonna apply that lens blur. There we go. It's gonna analyze and find my subject, automatically blur the background, but I always recommend using this icon here to refine that just a little bit better. And you can see it didn't get that area right near our subject's hair, so I'm just gonna paint in blur. You can actually use your brush amount, you can use your feathering and things like that. Let's just make our brush smaller with the open and close brackets. Just gonna make sure that that gets a little bit of a better blur right there on the background. Fantastic. But then I always recommend right up here, the blur amount. You don't wanna go crazy. Like if you go too far, it's just gonna look fake every time. So you wanna make sure you just use a little bit, and a little bit goes a long way here. Fantastic, just like that. Now we're gonna finish this off. I'm gonna go to my masking tools. We're gonna go to our radial gradient, and I'm gonna click and drag out here just like this. Fantastic. And move our exposure slider just a little bit to the right. I'm gonna make sure I protect the highlights of our subject by going to our highlights and bringing those down just a little bit. Okay, all of these steps, let's go ahead and move back here. We're gonna click on this to show the before and after. Look at all of these steps we've done in Camera Raw. It helps bring more attention to our subject. By adding that background blur, we did a bit of a vignette and we added light towards our subject and we removed all those distractions. So we're gonna hit OK here and then let's check this out. I'm gonna go all the way down to the bottom, hold Alt or Option and then click. There's that before and after. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. There's one. I'm like so overly excited about this. There's another brand new feature that I want to show you. Very excited here. We have a new little broom in Photoshop and you're like, what is that little broom? It will automatically clean up all of your layers, okay? We can say, yeah, delete my empty layers if I have any empty layers, and I want to rename my layers. This is going to use AI to analyze what's in your layers and rename everything. You can apply this to your entire document or selected layers. Let's click on apply and we're going to see it's going to clean and rename our layers. Look at this, remove tool edits, remove tool emits, woman kneeling on a street, generative expand. Here we have everything is back together again. Let's go ahead and shift click all of our layers. You can rename everything that you want. If you want to just say like subject, there we go. We can say person, there we go. Double click on there. You can shift click and hit Control or Command G to group everything together. And here we have our before and after. Some amazing edits. Our subject looks absolutely fantastic. They really stand out from the background and all of those objects were removed with a simple click of the button. Now don't forget, you can download this sample image and PSD. It's totally free. Just click on the link right down below. And if you want us to send you a free tutorial every single week, simply click on subscribe. Thanks so much, and I'll Phlearn you later. Bye everyone.